Reinnovating the gadgets, the new format. First off, I have to say thank you to Justin Delhon. The deck that you saw me post on your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, the original concept came from him. I modified two or three things to my own playstyle. Basically, they were key cards in the extra deck. But I wanted to talk about the build that you saw and say thanks to Delhon for giving me the chance to play that deck. It was a lot of fun, even though he's changed a lot of things from that initial build for Toronto. If he'll let me, I'll talk about his build, or I do believe he's going to post a video on my channel sometime this week discussing his deck and the choices that he made himself. But on a side note, before I get into this segment of renovating the gadgets, if anybody has any grand soils, I'm looking for two more. I managed to pick up one before they went whoosh. I would like to test that psychic deck out. So, if anybody has any, shoot me a message, and we'll work out something. So, yeah. Also, the gadget deck I played. Talk about a few key things. First off, the first one, most of my matchups, it was either Gear X for the win, or I lose. Just something about that key +1, searching for a very specific card that you need for a very specific situation, ensured that I win. Most of the games I lost, I couldn't get to Gear X. I just lost from, them moving faster than me, or just not drawing a gadget. I didn't remember that was a problem. But with 6 gadgets, I seem to remember why. So, limited removal in the main deck, it's not something... I understand why the machine version plays the card in particular. It's because that one maneuver that you can OTK your opponent. It's also a very strong defensive card, but I felt that Book of Moon, unfortunately, would have been a much better pick. Or you just don't play it at all and just play the standard 40. As for the main, card D, a lot of people said they tested the deck. A lot of people said it was clumpy. Playing it in the regional, it was very nice to have the turn 1 option of Gear Frame Gadget or card D in most cases. But if you're playing very defensively, you set your 1, you card D as a turn 1 play, you draw. It's a very strong opening play because I guess they can MST it. But you still have your 6 cards in your hand, and you've just ensured that you keep your +1 flow. Moving along, I definitely feel that heroes are our hardest matchup with the current build. I got 2-0'd 10 minutes easily because of Super Poly. They move my gadget out of the way, drop Gaia, swing over my other monster for game. It's really ridiculous what heroes can do with that particular deck. That was the biggest problem I had. Rabbits hit or miss for a matchup. You know, they can beat you with more back row, and macro is a problem. I definitely do feel that I want more back row destruction. Breaker 3 MST and Heavy was sufficient. I do feel that Dust Tornado would be a little bit better than certain choices, but do remember, now that the meta's defining itself in the form of windups, you're definitely probably going to have to consider maining Maxi like Delhon did in Toronto, and that's definitely something else I'm going to talk about in another date. Effect Veiler, I don't feel that Effect Veiler would have helped in any games. I didn't play it. I don't think that it would have been a great asset. Dragon Gores are very much needed this format. They're never been more needed any format before this. They are really good power cards. If you can drop a really big Trag turn 1 or 2, you're going to give your opponent not a very good day. So that's going to conclude my wrap up for this particular talk on the video. I'll let Delhon handle the rest of it when he puts his video up this week. I'm definitely considering 2 Mirror Force. I know he's talking about going to 0, but Mirror Force is just way too good of a card. It's just one of those cards. It's like your opponent's attacking for game, and you erase everything, and you just gain card advantage to survive. So that's how I feel about the card. But guys, please like this video if you want to see more gadget content. I'm really going to start pushing. I might play windups this weekend at the Michigan Regional. I'm unsure of my choice. And I'm definitely something else for those of you that made it this far. I'm going to play Nobleman Across Out for you, you little dick. I hate this card so much. he is like the bane of every gadget player's existence. When he's like this, face down, ass up, see, ass up, you will cry when you start attacking into those with gadgets and gear frames, and they just search and then start destroying all of your hopes and dreams with their cards. It's that hard to play against that deck, even though the deck does lose to Maestroke. That's as much as I figured out about the Gear Guy matchup. I definitely want to play gadgets against it a lot more. You can't play it in the same conventional way that you would against the Gadget Mirror, because Gear Guys, they get one turn ahead of you. They get like this unbelievable +4, and it's just like, well, where did all these monsters come from? That's another reason for Mirror Force and Omen to cross out to be considered. So guys, please like this video for more gadget content. As I was saying, if you guys have any Grand Soils, drop me a message. I would like to get 2 more to see what is so good about that Psychic deck, and maybe play it at my locals for kicks and giggles. Alright guys, I'll see what's up this week with new content, and see you guys later. Peace.